I got in a hot tub. My parents called me a noodle.
So when you use the hot tub, they called you a wet noodle.
But right now, I don't know where this is coming from because I don't get in the pool anymore. But I would like to.
Yeah, and you know, the thing, the pool is great, but the pool is hard because you have to have somebody go with you. For those of you who have more severe impairments, you've got to get clothes changed. And one of the things I've found is getting out of the water into the cold air almost makes it worse.
Well, the thing that helps me the most is myofascia, and I have a backleft hand pump. And that really helps me.
Okay, so myofascial release, which is a PT technique that's basically kind of a relaxation type stretch that you use on the skin. And then you have a pump. Now, has the pump helped you?
Yes.
Okay.
I can move my mouth now easier because I had a hard time with everything because the spasms got in the way and I was getting contractures. And plus, the baclofen dose I had orally was too much.
So baclofen is a muscle relaxant, and one of the things that we know is if you take it by mouth, it takes a whole lot more to do half the work. So that's where the pump came in. But the pump is a major surgery. Well, it's neurosurgery. They have to go into your brain. They have to open your stomach. So, and there are a lot of risks with the pump. Now, the people who have them and like them, and Liza, I think you're one of them, love them. But there are people who struggle, and pain relief is one of the benefits of the pump.
I've learned that if I stop not fighting the pain, but ignoring the pain, and push myself and, rest more, that usually when I'm in pain, I keep going and going and going, and it just exacerbates it. If I say, okay, I'm not going to go out this afternoon, I'm going to relax, so it's kind of not fighting against it, like, so what? Because the more you fight against it, the worse it says, like, oh, I'll fight back, and it's a battle.
That's a really good point. And I think, the idea of rewarding yourself with the day off or resting are good points because, it is a struggle. It's not easy to live with. Anybody else, things that work for you? So we've talked about massage. We've talked... Lots of Advil. Okay, lots of Advil. Talked about hot tubs, pools, heat, and heat really seems to be a plus.
Also using a steam room as well, like a sauna.
That's a great idea. So anything with heat. Some of the relaxing creams that are out there, those are all pluses too. So these are some great ideas. Anybody got anything else? And the Advil is certainly another option.
No, I know overuse of Advil is not good.
Yeah, some of the Tylenol, and I'm not so sure about Advil, hearing loss, tinnitus, which is a ringing in your ears, is a side effect. And if you listen to or read some of the stories about the NFL football players who took Advil or Tylenol by the handful, some of them have gotten into some really nasty side effects as they've gotten older. So there are some not so great things out there. Ellen.
I need to take a
give maybe every other day or every because I do build off living, but it may not go away, but I maybe be taking too much medicine. I don't know, but when I'm hurting so much, I have to take something.
Okay, so you're concerned about too much medicine too.
No. Okay. I don't know how because my age goes to programs in me. I know they mean well, but they maybe if I lay my back hurts, maybe they give me the muscle, not enough. I don't know.
Okay, so it's hard when somebody else is helping with the medicine to make sure that you're not taking too much or getting enough.
I know this sounds crazy, but one thing I have against topical cream is that usually I can't get it where it needs to be, and I mean, when you're by yourself, or if like my wife is early to bed, I'm late to bed, so I can't get it where I need it. I don't work that way.
And that makes good sense. If you can't get it where it needs to go, then...
By the way, one other thing. We've started using essential oils about 3 years ago. Different oils through Young Living. And my wife had arthritic hip for years. And within 18 months of applying this essential oil, it is gone. It is gone. So essential oils have been a good thing for us too.
And those are the ones you get at the health food store? Through the internet. And those are an alternative strategy. And I don't have aromatherapy and essential oils on the slides, but there are people who swear by those and say that they have really been helpful. So that's another thought. Uh-oh. Go ahead, Edward.
Quitting a job you do not get along with your direct boss is a great way to manage tense.
Say it again.
Quitting a job you do not get along with your direct boss is a great way to manage tense.
Edward. Okay. So the medical stuff, I mean, you guys probably could tell me more about this than I can tell you. We've talked about the baclofen pump. Botox has been demonstrated to help, but you guys need to know that Botox is expensive and it's not permanent. So it's 3 months max. It's a shot. They have to do, and if they do it properly, they have to find your muscle belly to put it in. So it's not the most positive procedure in the world, but it can help if you've got something short term.
I know about a year ago the FDA issued a black box warning for Botox use, for people with cerebral palsy in particular. So I was just wondering, has that affected how often Botox is used now, or?
That's a very good point. And let me tell you about that one, because when that came out on the listserv, I was curious how that would impact at the medical meetings that I go to. I have yet to hear word one about that coming up at those meetings. So, and Allergan sponsors many of those meetings, so I haven't ever heard it mentioned. I haven't heard it come up as a concern, and I've not heard anything about Botox not being used. No, you would not think so. Well, I had read that. I don't know if you posted it, but somebody posted it about Botox on the listserv, and I read that. But then when I went to the academy, it never came up.
I spoke to with you for much. My right forearm, it helped to open up my fingers.
And once you'd had the shot, you just did one, right, Maurice?
Well, I have every 4 months.
Oh, so you have one every 4 months into your right arm for pain.
No. My right forearm, it helps to open up the finger. It helps to open up the fingers.
It helped you to open up the fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. I will look into that, because that's a good point, and see what I can post on the